Welcome back for the Mobile Gaming Fanatics. On my time, this is Top Drives, and as you can see here from my garage, I did manage to get that beautiful Peugeot 305 from the Honda Break event, which gave me the third one, enabling me to progress in the weekly challenge. Now, just on a quick side note, when I see these Peugeot 203s from the previous time they were used as prize cars, still have 5 of them. Now, just a note, Hutch has said in the past, and I will have to double check this, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be the case. They have said that when you get prize cars such as these Peugeot 203s, after the event which they've been using, so for example the 5 tickets, the Peugeot 305's at the moment for the current event, you need 5 of them. Once that expires or has finished, you will only ever need 2 of those prize cars maximum in the future. Essentially meaning you can get rid of any extra duplicates you have. So for a lot of people who are struggling on space in garages, etc., you might be able to open a couple more up by getting rid of some of these prize cars, because you won't need all 5 of them again after the current event. That's something I will need to check up on, but I do remember reading that. I'm pretty sure it's something they're going to stick to. It obviously makes sense, because for a lot of people, garage slots are pretty precious, so why save them with cars you're never going to use or rarely use? You know, you might as well free some up. So just a side point, just to remember that. But coming back to the events, I should have, fingers crossed, I should have got the 4th of my 405's. Yes, okay, if I say from the event, I should be around 30th, 35th, something like that. Okay, 28th, perfect. So we did manage to get the 4th Peugeot 305. We don't need it yet, because I haven't got to that stage of the challenge. I'm waiting to do the carbon fiber with you guys now. But the good news is we are now, okay, another Honda Odyssey. We're now in a stage where we can, in theory, complete the node which will use all 5 Peugeot 305s. We have 4 in the bag now. Yes, we have left it right down to the very end, okay? Not the tactic I wanted to use, and I have had to use some gold here in order to complete some fusions to get me to that stage. But we are in a position now with just under 8 hours to go to be able to get the 5th and final Peugeot 305 for our collection. Currently at 14 and 11. We should be fairly decent in this Lamborghini event. We do have some maxed out cars, which obviously makes a huge difference. Now, I decided not to really bother too much with the 4-wheel drive cars, because they aren't actually that leveled up, and I think I think that was probably about as good as I can do here. I might be able to mix things up a bit. I mean, possibly the Abarth is slightly better than the birdcage. I kind of kept the birdcage because it's light and stuff, but I don't know, honestly. I don't really know. I see people using the Abarth, so let's just try this. Let's just say we put this in, for example. Let's say this is an improvement to the team. If I come and play someone, most of the time it's either just about winning or possibly just about losing. So on an event like this, we take the dry circuit, we take 2 victories like that, we take a 3rd victory, we know it's going to be tight here, and we take a defeat here, and I come out and I win probably 150 to about 130. That's kind of how most of the matches are going when I'm actually playing them in this event, which is, you know, which is fine. It's perfect for me. It means that I'm gonna be able to stay in the top 50, okay? As long as I play my matches, I will remain in the top 50, so that is good. With that in mind, we can now come back and look at the challenge and try and get this Rider the Valkyrie carbon fiber pack. So before we go any further, I think this team will be okay. So let me see. Let's do matchup first. So matchup is a win here, matchup is a win here, car park is a win, G-Force is a win, G-Force is a win. Okay, so we are going to get the carbon fiber on this guy. I don't need to watch all the races, that is fine. What am I hoping for? Well, to be honest with you, anything which helps me get the Vulcan. Now, I am a bit sparse on resources, but obviously if I got another really useful epic or legendary, then yes, I would be willing to sacrifice some of my resources into leveling them up in order to get that Vulcan. So the Volkswagen, finishing it with, okay, it's Renault Sport Clio 220. I will hold on to this for now, not because I particularly want to build it, but it might be useful. It might be useful in this challenge. I doubt it, to be honest. I doubt it. Next one is the Maserati 250F. So let's see if we can get that now on camera with you guys as well. We're going to need all 4 of our Peugeots. There's also a very, very good chance that I'm going to need to have leveled up all these Peugeots at least once. So we might not be able to do it. We might not be able to. Let's see though. So add all 4 Peugeots first of all. Next we need any car, any 48 RQ car. So super rare, let's just pick one here in a minute. Scroll, let's go for something which can kind of do a bit of everything. And let's see, rain, twisty circuit. Okay, so we will need to work on all of our Peugeots to be able to get through this level. So with that in mind, I will have to come back to that. What I will probably do instead is work on those cars, and I will come back and show you the actual collection of the Maserati 250F. That'll be better. I don't think you all want to watch me leveling up Peugeot 305's for a couple of hours. Not going to be the most interesting viewing. But from an events perspective, yes, the Lamborghini event is looking pretty good. But we also now have the Continental GT3 qualifier. So back to kind of your usual weekly competition. The GT3, the beautiful Bentley, is up for grabs. So let's show you the car in case you are unsure which one it is here. The Bentley Continental GT3. Now I think this car looks absolutely amazing. I would love to get it. Not that it's the best legendary car or anything. It has slick tires, obviously, which is it's a bit of a contentious point with a lot of cars. It does reduce their usability. However, it is still going to be a handling monster, and it is a great track car. Now, how do we get it? That is the question. How do we get that beast? Well, unfortunately, by looking at the prizes, there are Peugeot specific carbon fiber packs, and there are Peugeot specific prizes, meaning Peugeot is going to be required in the final. Now, all these cars have either the French Renaissance tag or the European Revolution tag, but the fact that they don't all say French Renaissance or all say European Revolution leads me to believe that it's not going to be specifically one or the other. Obviously Peugeot and probably French, so something like French Renaissance maybe ×2 or ×5 or something like that, and Peugeot ×3, French Renaissance ×2, something like that will probably be the requirements for the finals. So when I actually look at my garage and I see what cars do I have, what cars do I have for Peugeot? Do I have a chance realistically in this final, not knowing what the actual requirements are going to be? What does my deck look like? Well, when we look at Peugeot, as you can see here, I do have the 205 maxed out. I have a few super rares. I can finish off the 208 R2, the 207 RC done. It just needs to have the extra cash kind of thrown into it. I've got a 208 here, slick tires. I could max that out. I could max out the Peugeot Quasar if it is actually useful in the event. It potentially could be. It's not a strong garage at all, especially if I then come and have a look at tags. Where's my French Renaissance? Let's see. So not being able to use the Bugatti Chiron Sport is a big blow, because it's obviously my best French Renaissance car. But I do have the Renault Sport Megane Trophy, which I could max out. I do have the Desire, so possibly I'd have a chance for qualifying in the top 3 tiers. I don't think it's anywhere near strong enough to get into the top tier. So I think the GT3 realistically is out of the question at the moment, and when they then drop in some Peugeot carbon fibers or French Renaissance carbon fibers, etc. in the shop, they're not going to be ones I'm going to rush to buy. So realistically, I'm probably going to be outside of tier 1 and 2, but I will hopefully be able to hold on to tier 3 and at least get a carbon fiber pack. But for this actual event, they want us to use pre-1990s front engine cars. So as we click on these and we have a look at my current team, I was working on my Skyline, I believe. Yep, I already maxed it out. I've got to do another one on it. Max it out, I mean, I was already leveling it up. I've already put the cash in. I'm going to max out the Skyline. Mainly, I never bother because of its low ground clearance. I don't really use the car a huge amount, as you can see. But for this event, if I'm not going to actually fuse it away, then I might as well max it out. That's the way I'm looking at it. If you're not going to fuse a car away and it's still going to sit in your garage, then you might as well work on it and get it finished at some point. So I was looking at this coming in using Aston Martin DB3S. Okay, that is a pretty solid all-round car. Bit of drag, can use it on the tracks. I was using the Skyline. I had a look down here. I thought the Birdcage might be quite good. This is without knowing the track sets. I thought possibly the Renault R21, and as we scroll down, yes, I could work on some of these other cars or bring in the Aston Martin stuff, but I've got a few up here which are done. Possibly the Escort Rally. Let's try that. This was I think the team that I tried when I first came into the event. As we can see, there is a bit of rain, so potentially I'd be better off with some cars that could do better in those conditions. Right, let's just come and play someone. So only have one four-wheel drive car, which is probably going to lose here. So what I am thinking of doing is try and take the victory on the quarter mile, and hopefully the victory on the quarter mile here. I'm going to have to run the slick tyre into something like this. Fast circuit and karting, and this team is lacking, isn't it? I'm going to have to look. I really could do with working on another wet car. So we've lost that, which is fine. It's no surprise. Yeah, I'm not too sure here. I don't really know. I've got rid of a few of those Lanciers because I didn't bother with them. Don't really want to work on Integrale 8V. I could bring in the Subaru XT. If there's going to be rain, this could be a car to come in. I suppose I could do something like that. Could max out the Skyline, which I'm probably going to work on, and yeah, how does it go from here? Is this team a slight improvement on my last one? I'm not sure. I don't think it is. We're going to lose on a twisty road, aren't we? Well, we've done it like this now anyway, so let's carry on. So those two go like that. Fast circuit can hopefully win. Yeah, we might need to go with a drag car instead. Drag specific. Yeah, the victory there is irrelevant. The team composition isn't looking too good, I will be honest. So guys, feel free to let me know down below what you think the best setup is. I'm honestly beginning to think I'm going to have to go for some kind of drag car, maybe max out this Donkavort as well. Possibly trying to find. Yeah, I don't want to work on this Integrale. I don't think that's a good enough improvement. Possibly if I had the black one, the ultra rare one, I could work on that because that's what 5.090, and drift that one in, take out the Escort Rally. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to have a look at this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below as well. Also, let me know how you are getting on with the challenge. Yes, I need to work on those couple of Peugeots. I will try to get the Maserati 250 on camera. It's going to be a couple of nodes time, and also I won't be able to show me collecting the Lamborghini because I will be at work tonight, but touch wood, we will get that 5th one, and then I'll be able to show you the conclusion of the challenge with, fingers crossed, me being able to get that Vulcan. But until then, I say good luck with the final event and also on the qualifying in the Continental GT3. Let me know as well in the comments section what you think the best lineup is for what I've got, and also what you've got, any cars that I could work on which are going to help me. And until then, have a good day. I've been MyTyme. See you all soon.